I'm just gonna say it. Dating in your 30s is absolute trash. Absolutely trash. There's no good men left out there. They're already taken, or if they were good, some woman has damaged them beyond repair and they can't ever love again because they're too messed up. So, here's to being single.
That's not my problem. It's yours.
I'm gonna give you a crumb of credit there, sister. You finally realized the problem. It just took you until you were far past your expiration date to figure it all out. And then, just to add insult to injury, instead of you trying to sympathize with the men you've rampantly insulted, you make it about you because you're single at the ripe old age of 30. And though I will agree that there are plenty of men out there who aren't interested in women anymore thanks to their needless scorn, there's a lot of men who have been ignored for one of the thousands of icks that modern women have deemed to be unattractive. If you played within your league, you could have had a good man back when you were younger, but the desire to be a girl boss bae Yas queen took priority. And now here you sit with nothing but rampant regrets in the wall to keep you company.
I am recently divorced after 26 years of marriage, and I did like the bulk of the mental load for the household, like all the planning, all the vacations, all of that kind of stuff. So wrapping my mind around not doing that stuff it's kind of been a little bit of an adjustment period. My kids are leaving tomorrow on a cruise with their dad, and it's been like I find myself wondering if he's like packed certain things or if he's gotten cash or whatever. But you know what? It's not my responsibility. I was helping my daughter pack, and that's cool. I will love to help her pack and make sure she has everything she needs, but he's in charge.
Fascinating.
Hey lady, I don't think you realized how pointless your argument is. You divorced your husband of 26 years because you had to think too much. You pretty much insulted this guy by implying that he's so incompetent that if he didn't have you to plan vacations, then the marriage would fall apart. But not only did this guy plan the vacation, he did it after the divorce, which means that he never needed you to do that. You divorced this man because you resented him and you didn't trust him to do anything. But it looks to me like he could do everything without you, and it's driving you absolutely nuts. And even now I can tell you're fighting the urge to send him a massive wall of text messages reminding him of everything he needs to do for this trip. But he doesn't need that. He's not incompetent. You're just ungrateful.
I know it. Your family knows it. Dogs know it.
Why am I not really attracted to anybody anymore? I find people attractive, but I'm just not attracted to them. I used to have so much more fun having crushes and doing all of those things like when I was younger. I know standards, can play a part in it, but I'm just talking about physically. I'm just physically not really attracted to people anymore. I don't mean not at all. Like, yes, obviously I have been, but I mean wildly attracted, because I've had some crazy, incredible, could write a book about it type of things.
Show a little respect. So how many men have you slept with?
Oh, woman, nobody wants to read a book about how you let Chad, Tyrone, Raphael, Marco, Gavin, Nigel, Pookie, Ray Ray, Chang, Wang, Takeda, and Horatio Cornblower play with your salty grease dumpster of overflowing horrors. But the sad part is, if you did write that book, it would still probably be a New York Times bestseller. You don't find men attractive anymore because you racked up more bodies than Douglas Quaid outside of a Martian terraforming reactor. It warped your brain to the point where you're incapable of bonding with another dude. So you fill that emptiness with even more hookups and crappy tattoos in hopes that one day you'll finally feel love again. But that's pretty much impossible, sweetheart. You prioritize fleeting moments of hedonism. Combine that with zero self-respect, and what you got is a broken woman who's not even good for bedroom fun.
Looking back at those people, I can say they were really attractive. I have just not really been into anybody. And yes, personality and all of that stuff do come in and do play a part in it. I'm not demisexual. And for the people who are you have to get to know somebody, I'm not a child. I've met tons of people. I've gotten to know tons of people, and I'm still not attracted. I want to have a crush. I want to have butterflies. I want all of the things. And I know that that's not healthy and you should feel comfortable with your person. And then that's really just like a fight or flight thing. But I don't care. I don't care. I'm bored. It's been years. I just, I hate it.
And I want a toilet made out of solid gold, but it's just not in the cards now, is it?
Oh, well, that's where you're wrong, sweetheart. You are a child. You're just stuck in an adult's body. I mean, just listen to what you're saying. I want this and I want that, but you're forgetting something. You did have the crushes. You did have the butterflies. Multiple times, in fact, and look where it got you. You're not looking for love. You're looking for a dude to be able to excite you, but that can't happen anymore. You screwed up so badly that it's warped your mind to the point where even modern Star Wars shows make perfect sense by comparison. You had several opportunities and you threw each one of them away for reasons which are more nonsensical than the next. And herein lies your reward, darling. Lonely nights, an incapability to emotionally bond with another human being, and 4 lifetimes worth of
Emotional damage.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but last night my friends and I were at dinner and the group of women next to us, they were like 6 years old, were just showing each other their nudes. Like you could clearly see it throughout the whole restaurant. And it made me rethink just about everything about hookup culture. These women were having a ball showing each other their nudes. They were zooming in, they were in lingerie, it was insane. And one of the women turns around to my friend with her phone and she goes, and starts showing us all her nudes. And it felt so ironic because weirdly, like this past week, like my friends and I kind of had a breakthrough being like, we've been trying so hard this year out of college to become like the perfect woman, like not go out too much, not participate in hookup culture, be really good at cooking, have your life together, have your finances together. And here were these women just hoeing out in the best way possible.
Oh, that's not right. No.
You know, I think it's high time we do away with the old proverb of wisdom being wasted on the youth, because it seems like there's no wisdom to be had with the elder generations either. You really need to listen to what you're saying, woman. A group of 60-year-old broads are showing off their skin pics to you while in the middle of dinner, and you take this as a sign to make one of the worst possible decisions you could ever make with your life. You're literally saying that a lifetime's worth of contentment with a man is secondary to going out there and being as big of an avenue stroller as you possibly can. And the worst part is that you were actually doing the right thing up to that moment. Focusing more on qualities that men would find in a spouse is one of the best things you can do for yourself, but all it took was a woman who's close to becoming a senior freaking citizen to show you a picture of her sagging boobs to change that.
And one of my friends, like a week ago, had like a one-night stand and was having anxiety about it for a week, like thinking she reversed all the work she did in being a suitable partner. And here these women were, and we were all just like stopped in our trail. And it made me realize like hookup culture isn't a new thing. Like they were doing it, they just called it free love. We could call it that too. And I'm not gonna condone it. I'm not gonna condone, no, I'm gonna. You're only young ones? No, that's not true apparently. And in the light of this feminist era that's telling us to decenter men, I'm on here telling you the same thing. It can sometimes be hard not to go the opposite and just slut shame yourself and feel this pressure to not subscribe to the male gaze, almost to impress another man, to impress a good man. But sometimes it's just about showing your nudes to your friends and then to a table of 23-year-old girls next to you. You have to respect the fact that you're a human.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
Well, there's your problem right there, lady. The free love movement was just the boomers' way of screwing over future generations with their self-absorbed garbage. If you truly wanted to appreciate being human, you'd save the bedroom fun for one man so you can appreciate what it's like to have an emotional and physical bond with that man for the rest of your life. But what you're talking about isn't supposed to be fun. It is supposed to be shameful. Women are not meant to sleep around in their 20s and then expect men to want them in their 30s. Science has proven this, society has proven this, and common sense has proven this. But apparently you ditched all of those classes when you were getting that fancy degree of yours, and you're doing it so you can have the opportunity to be single at the age of 60 so you can show pictures of your naked body to strangers who are just trying to freaking eat without vomiting.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
I'm so fucking spoiled. Like, if I can't have it raw, I don't want it. Once you know what that's like, you can never go back. You can feel every vein, all the texture. Oh, It's worth it.
Do not go in there. Woo!
Woman, tell me you failed your father without telling me that you failed your father. You're openly promoting bedroom fun without protection, which pretty much makes you a spokeswoman for antibiotic-resistant syphilis. So if you want to make your body a petri dish for the next wave of super diseases thanks to your horrible life decisions, then you can count me the hell out. There's so many things that aren't worth it in life, and you rank fairly high on that list. Maybe not as high as thermonuclear war, but still up there, since that's what a man feels like on the inside after he's done with you. No thanks, sister. There's too many things in life that are more important, like saying thank you to the fine members of the bounty board over on Patreon. These guys and gals know exactly how to appreciate the little things in life, be it ping pong golf, and not willfully poisoning the human race with disease, which makes these folks some of the best damn patrons on the internet. All hail! And if you're interested in supporting the channel, check out the bounty board over on Patreon, where $5 a month gets you access to exclusive content you're not going to find on YouTube. The link's in the pinned comment down below if you want to check it out.
I'm 32, I've never had a boyfriend. My best friend is 32, married with child. So naturally, it is my job to fuel the entertainment with like 8-minute long voice notes every single night. Each voice note containing a very minor crash out. And I want to tell you guys what she told me that took me from a spiral level, probably 10 to about like a 3. But she was like, you need to focus on what you can control, which in turn, I guess is kind of like the Mel Robbins let them theory. And her name is also Mel. So I guess it's just listen to the Mels. When we're dating, we get so caught up on the little things. Their following going up, their snap score going up, if they're not texting us back in a certain period of time, if they haven't texted us all day.
Shut up. Just shut up.
Oh, Ruth, your friend wasn't giving you sage-like wisdom. She's married, pregnant, and has her own life and her own priorities, none of which involves taking time out of her day to listen to you endlessly complain about your dating failures and listening to you harp on and on about why you've never had a boyfriend. She knows why. We all know why. And when she says focus on what you can control, she's referring to your mouth. I mean, think about it, Ruth. Do you really think she's interested in hearing about how that hookup you had 2 weeks ago ghosted you to get with a woman of actual value? No, she's hauling around a baby in her belly and succeeded where you failed miserably. So she's trying to tell you to shut up without telling you to shut up, because she's kind of got some priorities in life and none of them involve you, Ruth.
Do you know how many times I have gone to a man's following, seen he's followed a new girl, and literally like married him off with his new follower? I'm like, great. Like they're literally running off into the sunset together. She was like, think about how many times guys follow you, you follow back, and it means nothing. You're not getting engaged to them. You're not running off into the sunset together. When we do these things, we get in our head and it shows. And honestly, is going to eventually force him to ride off into the sunset with his new follower, Bethany. It can be so hard being an anxiously attached girly, but we just have to take a step back and focus on literally like what we can control, and we can't control them. So stop checking the following, stop checking the snap score. So yeah, if you're currently in a crash out over a man, I hope that maybe this can help, because I feel like it helped me. So I just wanted to share.
You stupid.
Ruth, seriously, you need to stop kidding yourself here. There is no way that you can focus on anything else except the marriages of other people. They're living the life that you want, and you could have had that, but you clearly threw them all away for hookups, and that's left you more broken and bland than you're cooking. You're doing it right now. You're so triggered by the idea of the men not wanting you that it's pretty much become the foundation of your business model. You're over the age of 30 and you've never had a boyfriend, which means that you screwed up so badly that any opportunity you did have to get one, which I can assure you are more than you deserve, you didn't want it because it wasn't special enough. And that's something you brought on yourself, Ruth, and there isn't any form of blatant obvious advice that'll ever get you to change that. So I'm going to leave you with the same words of wisdom as your friend, Ruth. Hope this helps.
Maybe you should shut up.
You know that TikTok where a girl was basically explaining how a good man is basically an average woman? And I was like, truer words have never been spoken, because think of it, okay? Think of it. What makes a good man? What makes a good man, okay? He's faithful. He loves you. He doesn't cheat. He's a hard worker. He shows up and takes care of his kids. He does laundry. He does dishes. He cooks. He cleans. What, like every average woman I know. Literally. And what could be more indicative of the fact that you cannot choose your sexual orientation?
Because what woman would be like, you know, my chances of getting a man who will literally do everything I'm willing to do, little slim.
I'm going to pretend to understand what that means.
Well, that's the problem right there, darling. You're not willing to do any of those things for a guy. Just look at the things you listed off. He needs to be faithful, work hard, take care of the kids, cook, clean, and all of this other crap. And if he's doing that, then what in the hell are you doing, woman? Because it doesn't sound like much. And let's be real here. Even if he did do all of that stuff, you still wouldn't be able to respect him for some petty reason that won't even make any sense. So this guy must break his back at work, break his back at home, stay faithful to you, and he's getting nothing. So I guess that sounds about right. The amount of men that would take that amount of disrespect are fairly slim. But that's only because the proud members of the illustrious Bottom 95% Club have way too much respect for themselves to put up with your garbage.
Emotionally intelligent, or at least willing to try and communicate and be emotionally vulnerable. That's a big one, okay? It's like, listen, so why would any woman choose to be attracted to men when they could choose to, like, have their chances of success, of getting all of those things, like, wow, like skyrocket? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I did find one of the good ones, and objectively a good one, okay? Who doesn't just do all the things and check the boxes, but also has all of the intangibles, right? Like making me feel cherished and everything like that. So there are good guys out there, for sure. For sure. I'm just saying, like, the ratios.
You! I will think of you as I throw up into the toilet.
So it's not enough for the guy to be the breadwinner, to cook, to clean, and be the primary caregiver to his own children, but he also must do it in a way that makes you feel cherished? Yeah, those guys are incredibly rare because you haven't listed off a single thing that you will offer to these men. It's all about what he can do for you, and only when he does the impossible will you give him the laziest of shout-outs on the internet, because a showing praise is only appropriate when other people are watching. You're demanding everything while offering nothing, and you're encouraging women to do the same, which just means that you're fast-tracking your breakup, divorce, or whatever hellscape you've created for this poor guy, which just goes to show that you're miserable and you want as much company as possible. Well, you're going to get your wish soon enough, sister. The ratio of broads like you at the wall are extremely high. And that's going to do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. And as always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button, ring the notification bell, leave a couple of comments, and be sure to share this video so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you once again for checking out the new video, gentlemen and gents, and until next time, peace out, homies.